Los Angeles, who's burning right now, dear friend of mine, Stacy, friend of ours, her house burned down. It's awful. We know so many people have. Terrible. Los Angeles has 3 police chiefs that are all named Kristen, and they're all lesbian. And then there's a 4th who's also lesbian, but she's not named Kristen. Or whatever. Sorry, fire chief. Blake, is this true? Is this some sort of a troll?
Yeah, so it literally is. Let me bring it up here because we have to get the thread here. Let's see. All right, yeah. So what it is basically to rise high in the LA Fire Department, you basically have to be a lesbian named some variant of Kristen. So first of all, we have Kristen Crowley. So she is the first LGBTQ fire chief of definitely LA, maybe of any large American city. I don't know. I don't track that. And she says one of her top missions is to create systemic equity and inclusion across the LAFD. She created a new DEI bureau within the LA Fire Department. So great use of money there. There was a great meme I saw the other day. Have you guys seen that meme that's like the guy standing in the corner at the party that's like, they don't know that I'm, and she's like, they don't know that I'm a lesbian. But then the room is on fire and everyone's like, ah, I'm on fire, ah. That's one. Second, we have Christine Larson. So she's the first equity bureau chief of the, okay, that's, whoops, I read them out of order. That's Christina Kepner, who's on screen. She's just a assistant chief. So she's lower tier, but she is named Christina, which is important.
What's going on with her? What's going on with her hair?
Oh, what's going on with her hair is she like buzzed it. What's going on with her eye is she was involved in a domestic violence dispute. She apparently made murderous threats towards her spouse or partner or whatever, alleged, I should say. So there was a domestic violence spat between this beautiful, diverse person at the LAFD. She has a certificate. I'm not making this up. I checked the LinkedIn. She has a certificate from the Harvard Kennedy School for managing diverse organizations, which is a certificate you can get.
Very useful.
And then now the third one, we have Christine Larson. She is the first lesbian equity bureau chief. She is the co-founder of the group Equity on Fire, which is a great organization name. That originality to come up with that is probably why she's paid $400,000 a year. And she basically like would get in the news saying like there's a big racism and sexism problem at the Los Angeles Fire Department. So they were like, okay, we'll make you the equity bureau chief, get paid $400K. And I think we have this clip. Angela, what's the number on it where she's talking about rescuing someone from a fire? She has this great take on, oh yeah, people say women aren't as strong. They're not as capable of, say, fighting the fire or pulling a person out of the fire. What's the number on that clip? 141. Let's play it.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
That's exactly what I want to hear from a firefighter.
It reminds me of in Houston.
Help me. Wait, you got yourself in the wrong place.
Yeah. You just call it, I'm on fire. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Are they like trolling victims?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, when you type into Google right now, DEIF, the first things that come up, DEI fire chief, DEI fire, DEI fire chief Los Angeles, DEI fire department, DEI fire California. I mean, this is not just trending. This is like taking over. Everything DEI related is now, if you just type in DEI, now it's DEI fire, DEI chief. I mean, this is everywhere.
It's truly mind-boggling to like see this happen because I feel like a lot of us warned about this for ages, like how this goes. It's not you just like, hit a light switch and everything's bad. What's so bad about DEI is it's this corrosive rot that's super easy to just miss as long as nothing really bad is happening. And, most of the time we've gotten better at fighting fires. Buildings are more fireproof. Our techniques have improved and there's just not always a really bad fire. So you can go years where you have a fake fire department and you're not going to notice a big problem. And it only comes out now when finally there is the sort of crisis you only get every, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years hitting Los Angeles. and you need to have those strong institutions in place. And instead, you have a fake fire department. You have a fire department that exists to give astonishingly well-paid jobs and astonishingly well-funded pensions to these like freaks who can't do the job and get angry if you tell them to do the job and give you a political lecture. And they just exist to soak up public money in this sick way. And we're seeing this, and as I was saying, it's the rot that happens in every little spot. So I've talked to people who say, what caused this to happen? And it's not that there is one cause. It's for decades, Los Angeles has had a set of values that made it so everything there is a little bit worse. So, go throughout the process. This was probably a fire started by arson. Well, a lot of fires are started by homeless bums, either because they're crazy or because they have illegal campsites. And a lot are also started by illegal immigrants. A surprising number of fires, illegal immigrants just start them. And so what place is the most pro-bum and pro-illegal immigrant in the country? California. So you're more likely to have randos start fires there. Then you have, okay, how well are you able to respond? Like, how good are people at spotting the fire, calling it in? How quickly does the fire department respond? That's where the rot in the actual fire department comes in. They're just not as on the ball at responding to the fire, containing the fire. And then you have, well, okay, what do we fight it with? Well, we need water. And well, we have assets that they sent to Ukraine. We have budget cuts that they reallocated towards DEI, both in terms of they cut the LAFD's budget and they moved budget within the LAFD to their new DEI bureau. And then they also just made it illegal to collect water in California. They have literally disassembled dams that existed to make reservoirs. They have let rainwater wash out into the Pacific Ocean uselessly because they say it helps like a delta smelt or whatever the heck the names of these fish are. It's every step of the way, California has done a thing that makes them 1 or 2% more likely for this to happen. And now as a result, we're just going to burn down the nicest neighborhood in Los Angeles.